But I would like to rephrase the question. Mr. Falk, would I be accurate if I described your relationship with Mrs. Cole as totally professional? I object, Your Honor, and I move to strike!
Mr. Reed, I don't know what you're on, but you better get to the point and quick.
Thank you, sir. Is your relationship with my client entirely platonic? Not! Is not your relationship with my client, boink! Bad baby, bad baby. Did you ever not make love? Did you?
Mr. Reed!
You had sex with her every time you met, didn't you? Didn't you? Liar!
He's badgering the witness.
It's his witness.
You slammed her, you dumped her donut, you gave her dog a sausage, you stuffed her like a Thanksgiving turkey. All right, it's true, okay? I humped her brains out. There, now you happy? No further questions.
Hey guys, happy Sunday fun day. Alright, let's unmute the game. Let's go. I'm excited for this. I want to jump right into it. It's the second day trial of our boy emo pirate Edgeworth. What do we got? We got some drunken Irish pasta dude who is our witness on the stand. Let's see what damage he could do. I don't know. And somehow we found out last game, or last episode, that he's connected somehow with the murder of Edgeworth's dad. So here we go, December 27th, 10 a.m., District Courtroom, number 3. Oh, it's a lot of rattling in the background. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, Von Karma. Silent, stoic. You know, damn it, he's a pirate, too. He's more pirate than Edgeworth. Look at this. Look at these cuffs and that collar. Damn. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is ready. Is also, I can't talk. Well, very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Oh my god, say something, Von Karma. Anything. Oh, very well, no opening statement. So, objection, not so fast, Judge. Oh, it's Von Karma. Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Okay. Order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah. Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Oh, there he is. Witness, state your profession. Wake up, damn it. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant. I still on about that restaurant. I am the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Raise an objection. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah. It's a sheep. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. What is with him in this 3 minutes? Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. This guy in his 3 minutes. The witness will state his name. Wake up, damn it! Well, I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? Oh, my memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness. Oh, witness testimony on the night of the murder? It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant, where I rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang, yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just a-floating on the lake. And I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. Objection. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for examination. He didn't even say if Edgeworth was the guy at the window. We don't know anything. What? Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Yes. Mr. Wright. Cross-examine. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. There was so many, it was not a good testimony at all. Not a good testimony at all. Come on. Very well, you may begin. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. Alright, a lot of pressing here. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. Nope, he's back asleep. I asked him, and he remembered. Isn't that right? Oh, he's awake. Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did, yep. You see, continue. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats, as usual. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. Oh, a parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. He? The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness Please continue. Okay, so they concede that. That's good. Then I heard a bang. Yep. And where did the bang seem to come from? Fall asleep. Wake up, damn it! Oh, from the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Oh, yeah. Good. Continue. Hey, my cross-examination, my time to talk, not yours, Karma. What is it with you guys? When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just a-floating on the lake. Oh, forgot to press him. Yeah, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Hold it. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there. But you couldn't see them clearly. Yep, at the time, that is. At the time? Then I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total. Yep. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window. If I know Von Karma, he spent time preparing this witness. No, go back! I'm not gonna... No, I forgot to press him on that last one! Stop! Ah! Let's go back to that last one. There we go. By your window? Oh yeah, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. I did. This is rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Yeah, who's the man? Oh, God damn it. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Oh. Are you sure? Wake up! Uh-oh. Dad. Oh, that woke him up. Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Miles Edgeworth boy. He just fall back? This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Nick. Oh, Nick. I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Raise an objection. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired the gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. Uh-oh, I don't like the way he's doing that. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Raise an objection! Anything! Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie, Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. Come on, Mia. Come on, Mia. We need your help. Nick needs you. Come on, Ghost Boss. Uh-oh. Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. He's out. This courtroom sees no reason to prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. Wait, what? This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretations of the facts. What? No. Yeah, what? Is it over? This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Please, Ghost Boss, interrupt. Here we go. Guilty? Oh man, no. I thought something was going to happen. The accused will surrender to the court immediately. To be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Holy crap, did I really just lose? Wait! Who was that? Me! Huh? What? Larry? What is happening? Larry. Alright, dude, Larry. Alright, he came to the rescue. We don't need no ghost boss with our big enemy titties. We got Larry Butts. Oh, what are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. What is happening? Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience, listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remembered. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Let the man testify. Come on, people. Order, order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Let the man testify. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. All right, Larry. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. All right. December 27, 10:28 a.m. Defendant lobby number 2. Phew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night. Yeah? He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that fell into the lake. All right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night. Yeah? Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something right. Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh, because he's a pirate. He holds guns. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. I don't. Alright, whatever. Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. Aye, that's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that is someone is Larry. Ugh. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial in this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything's on Larry now. Oh, Larry. What are we going to do with you? Alright. Let me just check on a few things before we continue. Hey. Alright, that's weird. Alright. December 27th, 10:35 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Were we always in courtroom number 3? Courtroom number 2? I don't know. Oh, the court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything you just saw. on the night of December 24th. Alright, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. That night, I was out on a boat on the lake. And I was looking for something. I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back into the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. And I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Neek? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Neek. Cross-examination of Larry Butts. Let's do this. Alright, that night I was out on a boat on the lake. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it at? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on a boat on such a late hour? I was looking for something. I found it. Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butch, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around 12. Yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. Alright. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order! Order! Well, Mr. Butch? Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. He does not look happy. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That's our last press. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Neek? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Yeah, you work on that, Maya. That night I was out on a boat in the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. Well, we need a contradiction. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking of going home, I heard a bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Okay, let's look at evidence. We need evidence of 2 gunshots. I guess. But they only found 1 bullet in the person. The murder weapon fired 3 times, bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand. Lotta's disposition. I heard 2 sounds like gunshots just around midnight. Alright, let's present Lotta's deposition. Wait a second, Larry. What? You only heard 1 bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Mrs. Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butch. What? You only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Hey? Not sure? How could you be not sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order. And stop that booing. Booing? Mr. Butch, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Yeah, continue. Your Honor? Please allow the witness to continue his testimony. It's all we got, after all. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Botts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right. Leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Okay, what did Larry hear? It's lonely, being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to real booming loud, like... But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? That he heard. What he heard was probably nothing more than a drumbeat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe his testimony. Oh. Wait, Your Honor, we objected. The witness says he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? The DJ? An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio? Anyway. What this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. All right, what did Larry hear? It's lonely, being alone on Christmas Eve. Hold it. So you turned on the radio. Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there, alone on Christmas Eve. Alone. I shouldn't have said anything. That's why I was listening to an all requests show on the radio, see? Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set that night? I was listening to it real booming loud, like... Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had your headphones on. Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Alright, hold it. What was the DJ saying? Come on. What did she say? Objection. Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. Well, that's new. Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. Hold it. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. There's a gleaming, what? Ray of hope, where? I pressed all this. Hold it. Okay. Yeah, he turned on the radio, right? I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know. He was alone. He was all alone, people. It was Christmas Eve. Larry was just all alone in a boat out on the lake looking for the steel samurai balloons so we could sell hot dogs. For his dear sweet fiancé. You monsters. Treat him well. Okay, what are we supposed to be pressing here? Okay, give me any chance the program you're listening to. That's not important. They're going to sustain the objection. He was listening to the radio booming loud. And then he was sure he heard a gunshot. Okay, well, can you prove that? No, of course you can't. Now you can't prove it. No, go back. You remembered exactly what the DJ said. Should we care? No, we don't care. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Oh my god. I pressed everything. What's there left to press? Okay, he objects. Yeah, Von Karma, you're a douche. Okay, press this one. He was sure he heard the gunshot. Can't prove it. Okay, yeah, we should care what the DJ said. We should care, Your Honor. Okay, we did this the first time. Okay, Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying? Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard a gunshot. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There's one gleaming ray of hope but there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. I've pressed all of this, man. Okay. It's almost Christmas, I heard a gunshot. Oh, hello. Taken approximate automatically at 12:15 after Christmas. Oh. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. We got this. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he heard the gunshot. Indeed. And? Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But he should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Mrs. Hart's camera. Oh, December 25th, 12:15 a.m., 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Eve. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butt's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Von Conlon is clutching his shirt. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Okay. I don't know. Lotta said I heard two sounds like gunshots just after midnight. The murder weapon, .22 caliber, fired 3 times. That's the only thing. It was fired 3 times. So 2 people are saying there was 2 shots after midnight, and he's saying there was 1 before midnight. That makes sense that there was 3 shots in total, but the gun was fired 3 times. I'm gonna present it. After I save the game, I can't. Oh man, I'm gonna take a hit. Take that. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Oh my god, yes, we got it right. Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. That's what we said, yo. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order! Order! I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimony. Bah, you waste your time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Do you have any proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something? Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butch wasn't just hearing things? Oh, man. I really don't. Second lake photo shows an empty lake taken up automatically. Yeah, the photo. The camera is set to go off. This has got to be it. The camera was set to go off at a noise. Something like a bang. There was a bang if it went off at 11:50. We got this. Look at this photo. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Mrs. Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh yeah. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this picture. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims. Suck it, Von Karma. Oh. Order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? Uh-oh. I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah! Oh, what's wrong, Nick? I have it. Huh? Remember the case with the steel samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya? Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it. Right! I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me... Oh, you just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick? Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Wright. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. Wait, is this day 2 or day 3 of trial? Alright, whatever. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk. So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well... Yeah, well, Phoenix? What do you got in store, man? The guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes. But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. Oh. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo is 15 minutes after midnight. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the 2 men on the boat are. The murderer and Mr. Hammond, Edgeworth and the murderer, Edgeworth and Hammond. The murderer and Hammond? It was the murderer and Robert Hammond. What are you saying? That contradicts what you just told the court. You said that Robert Hammond had been killed 25 minutes before this gunshot. Yes, that's right. Also, might I mention, the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth, has admitted to being on that boat. Right, Your Honor. Crash and burn. Okay, we screwed that one up. Mr. Wright, your client has already been declared guilty once. I'm going to have to penalize you for this foolishness. Alright, that's fair. I'll ask you again. Explain who the two men on the boat are. Edgeworth and the murderer? Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Okay, we got it right that time. What? Are you serious? Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. The judge is shocked by that one. I'm not sure what you make of all of this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's Miles Edgeworth, Lotta Hart. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. Yeah. You don't know? Bah. Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. Oh. Ooh, Maggie. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop. That old man. No, not our old man with the wet noodle. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? Oh, what? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder took place. What the hell is that? Is it a car? There? Behind the shop? Around here, maybe? Maybe, Mr. Wright. And does this maybe include the reason why the killer would choose that spot? Yes, well, maybe because there is no good reason the murderer would thought we'd never expect it. Maybe you should try again. He wasn't even surprised I goofed up. Alright, show the judge where the murder really took place. At the hot dog stand? Or in the boat. Maybe in the shop. Take that. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. Okay, we see a little boat moving around. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. Okay. And where would that be if he had just returned to boat? Oh, the boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? No, not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Oh, wow. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Oh, and then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker? Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. Because the first shot missed to create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Mrs. Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. Is someone looking from the edge of the lake? It would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't even know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Ooh, saucy. That's some saucy storytelling. Everyone's quiet. Bailiff! Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. All right, here we go. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Marl Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Oh, there's our pirate boy. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Aye. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Aye. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry. I can't say what it is. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we're conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do, sir? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Ooh. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that bullshop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Oh, Von Karma, just with the silence right there. Alright, so this was day 2. Oh, we got one more day left. It always goes to 3 days. Hey, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. Don't do it when you want to get to. I'm sorry. But I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? Oh, this is so serious. It's a nightmare I've had. What? A memory from a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. What? Okay, we're gonna leave it there. Edgeworth, what did you do? Save, yes. Overwrite. Alright. I'm gonna stop it there. Edgeworth committed a murder. No way. Edgy. What'd you do that for? Alright, so at least that saves us something real good for the next video, the next stream we're gonna do. So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed that. If you did, please like, hit subscribe. If you are not already subscribed and you see this, leave a comment. Those are always really good. I like to read those. And yeah, I'll see you guys all next time. I usually stream late at night, close to midnight Eastern Standard Time. I'm here on YouTube, and I'm also on Twitch at locallakes_Twitch. I gotta put that at the bottom. I gotta put my Twitter and my YouTube and Twitch handles at the bottom. But yeah, aside from that, hope everyone has a good one, and yeah, have a good night, everybody.